Okay, so hello everyone, welcome
Good
to
time on the
episode.
train.
Yeah, hello everyone, welcome to the episode 2 of Planar Explorers. And yeah, we just started this campaign, so not much to go on. Maybe somebody will do a recap in a second. We'll see. And first, let's introduce everyone. So let's start with Ingvar.
So I'm Aspen. I'm playing Ingvar. Uh, I'm Aspen Forest 732 on TikTok and Archive of Our Own. My pronouns are ze, they. Ingvar's are these are. That's it for me.
Okay, Seht.
Oh, that's me. Shoot. My brain was like, wait, who here is called Set? Yeah. I'm Jen. I'm playing Set. I'll remember that, honestly. You can find me on Twitter until it dies, which is looking like ever sooner, at Jen Gembles. Or catch me playing Cyberpunk Red with Cyberpunk Tales from the Oasis, which is oasiscyberpunk.com. Or playing Cybertopia with the creator Ben Newman at Cybertopia AP. And maybe more things, who knows?
Who knows?
Oh, shoot! What am I doing? And Ampersand 20 on Tuesdays with LadyBug.
Yes, it's not like we were talking about it just before hitting record.
Yeah,
Not
literally for like 10 minutes before we start recording.
Yeah, memory is a funny thing. Okay, Tuksha.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Will. I play Tuksha. My out of character pronouns are he, him, and in character he, them.
Anything else you want to add?
I don't really have much of a social media presence, but if you want to check something out, the Trevor Project is a great nonprofit that helps out queer kids in need.
I approve.
Feel bad plugging
And
myself
then Maya.
Hi, I'm Zara. I play Maya. I am going to shamelessly plug myself. I do dice, accessories, dice, everything. Find me at Sailor Z Creations. I'm going to have my own store. I'm on Etsy at the moment, and I've got on Instagram. I'm currently wearing a Jodie's Dice Farm t-shirt.
Nice.
Check out the show.
Also, not to do anything in here, but if you are looking for a place to set up shop, Shopify is quite good.
I was looking at Shopify.
I know because I'm using it for my shop that I'm setting up at the moment.
Yes, awesome.
Which
Relaunch
also, since we can go to me, I am Loremistress LadyBug. You can find me everywhere as Loremistress LadyBug. My shop will probably be set up by the time this airs, hopefully. Or else I might go insane, who knows. I will link all the things that were mentioned in the chat when I upload this video, so yay. And yeah, that's me. And now who wants to do a recap of what we did last time?
I can do it.
Choose one person, I will choose at random.
I can do it.
Oh, thank God.
Go.
Oh,
So
oh,
one
we lost
time
your video.
we
yeah, hang on. Sorry.
Jen ran.
There we go.
She was just like,
Yeah.
Nope.
Recap.
They were just like, sorry, they were.
Paul has done it to me. It's just like, so, Jen, recap. I'm like, I don't remember what I had for breakfast. What are you doing?
That's why I take notes, because I don't remember shit. So last time we met each other, some heads of the academic committee geared up and set off to one of the configured destinations that they found, which was labeled Haven. We discovered it's a pocket dimension created by people from our plane in the first era, with enough supplies and extremely advanced magic to sustain 10 people with renewing resources. We met the local AI, C.H.I.M.E, who uses any pronouns, who confirmed he was last activated 4,000 years ago, around the time of the people we found buried here. They gave us more information on the transportation device and told us the location to set our plane. The location set to our plane was not where we came from, but an island, which we're not aware of any island. He was unable to access a lot of near database, so started recovering data, which will take a year, but we can interrupt and pause if we need more information.
Time will be regaining memory steps. So whatever, should have something for you in about a week. Probably not the most interesting part that she might remember, but something. Because some things you will not get to learn before time.
But that's sufficient.
Yeah. And yes, you got 3 addresses that you may go to. We will go into deciding where you go, and I beg of you to not choose the island. Because I really don't want to end this game at episode 3. And that island has a very high chance of causing just that.
Just party wipe, right? How many of you are already dead? Just checking. Shoot. Well,
Inside?
I think
I'll be
it's
alright.
only you.
I'm all
do
for the
believe that
island.
might
Let's
be
go.
only you.
If you don't make a decision, you know I'm just going to press buttons. That's in character.
Okay, but
I'd like it
first,
noted that I'm the one holding the device.
for now. Okay, so first off, we start where we left off. So in the Haven, you're in the Haven. What do? You have so much stuff there, and C.H.I.M.E is currently in the data retrieval mode. Not to be disturbed for about a week, so that she can regain some of the information.
Maya, you made this very, very interesting device. Where did you find the parts?
Over here. And I'll lead you all.
Yeah, to that little building that looks different than the others. Definitely from the
I've dibsed
inside.
this room. This is
Yes.
my new playroom. I've dibsed it 100% my new playroom.
I mean, it has a double bed, because I don't think you can get rid of Ingvar from here. Because
Just out of
yes,
interest.
Ingvar, the building inside looks like engineer's dreamland. All the parts you could ever imagine, and you even have a bathroom so that you don't have to go away. You only have to go out for food, basically.
Nice.
Because you have a bed and a toilet in this building, so you only have to go out for food. And
No,
yeah,
I call
there
that
are
a-
some already made devices that you have no fucking clue what they do. And there is a lot of parts. Like,
Just quickly,
shelves
out of
full of
interest,
parts.
how's the door looking here? Like, can I fit in this building?
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness. It's
All
nice.
all the doors that you encountered so far, and with that also ceilings, you have noticed that they are made to fit people that would be even bigger than you.
Oh, I think you did say that last session. My
Yep.
apologies. It's nice to see interdimensional safety holes be accessible.
Safety holes. I wonder what kind of safety measures they have. Ingvar is just like going through, like picking up all the different parts, seeing how they differ from
Some
Third
of
era
them you
tech.
recognize because you cannot make a cog many different ways. Cogs usually look the same. But there is also some parts that you have no fucking idea what they do.
Zeal take a
Which
couple.
is most of the parts that Maya used for the device she made.
Yeah.
Which is why you don't have a clue what that device might do.
Mhm.
I am now proceeding to put more things together. Unless anybody... Yep.
I bet I would have a crack at figuring out what any of these things do before they all become new things.
So if anyone
know what?
wants to
Ingvar
figure
is
out what
actually
the
gonna-
pads do,
Got to use them to work out what they do, right?
Ingvar would help you in that endeavor now that Z can actually try and help make it at least not blow up from the part that they know how to
So-
use.
so if anyone wants to figure out what the pads do or what the device might do, that would be either craft or education.
And
No, I'm
could I use
good.
Do I just click it?
skills for that as well, giving me a +2?
Let me see your stance.
How do I click it?
So basically, on your character sheet, you click on the level that the skill is at, and that rolls. Yeah, and yes, Ingvar, you do have a stand that will give you a +2.
Nice.
Cool.
How about any aspect? No need to invoke some aspect at this point, right? You're doing all right as is.
I think so. I got
So
+4.
I can see Maya has a 4.
Great
and,
+2, right? So
And I believe Ingvar has a total of 6.
8?
Which is
very
cool.
nice.
Nice. Okay, so basically the device should not blow up. It might cause fireworks if appropriate button is pressed. But normally this thing would be probably used to heat something up. But it can also do fireworks.
Do you want to see something
Cool.
pretty?
Maybe not inside the building.
I would like to.
I mean, that would let us test the durability of the building.
Not in my room.
Probably better to fire it near the outside.
Okay, Tuxi, you were saying.
Yes, I'd like to do some scrying and when I get in here and see how much stuff there is, I'd like to try and do some scrying to figure out how much, how risky it is to let, to basically how much damage could be done by the worst combination of the parts in here. Like,
Sure,
what's the risk of someone letting? What's the risk we're dealing with here?
Roll me your magic.
That's a 5 total.
Yep. So, worst case scenario, they can make an equivalent of an atomic bomb here.
Well, that's
so, yes,
bad.
they could blow this whole place to bits.
Cool.
Maya continues crafting.
Ingvar, I think it would be prudent to maybe keep an eye on what Maya's doing, just to make sure that we don't all get blown to smithereens here.
I won't intentionally blow up anybody. Just to make it clear.
I'm not saying you would
no
do it
intention.
intentionally. I'm not saying you do it intentionally. I'm saying that the components here have the capacity to kill all of us if we're not careful. And I would prefer that not happen.
Out of
All
interest,
invention does necessitate some explosions, but contained and careful explosions are important. Yeah.
what are your character aspects, Ingvar, out of interest? Because from the sounds of your character description, it does sound like maybe you'd be too intrigued by what could happen to be that worried about the safety, but just based on the general exploded vibe you've got going on.
One of their aspects is
Safety?
pyrospiral.
Yeah, I believe Ingvar is very, very, very in love with fire. And as we all know, explosions tend to cause fire.
Sounds like a good time for a fate point then.
Oh,
if
no.
right?
Yes,
I've just double checking.
absolutely.
I've not played
Ingvar,
Fate in a long
do you
time.
want to play to make the most combustible effect? You can get a fate point for that. Because that would be in character, very much.
Yeah,
Can I-
would. Yeah, we would do that.
I would like to help.
Oh, fuck.
You sure you don't want us to just go to the island?
Well, I didn't imagine you would kill yourselves. Okay, so Ingvar, you will play. You will get your fate point. Tuksha, you did divine shit, and you can notice that the thing Ingvar is building right now with Maya is kind of going in the direction of the worst possible result you've seen.
Yeah.
It sort of feels like what's it called now, where you see it so it becomes real.
I would like.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I want to go over and say like, oh no, that's not what I was seeing. That was you need to move that bit over that way and do this and help and try and
think
make
that
it
would be
significantly less
deception.
dangerous through misdirection.
That would be deception. And Ingvar
Oh,
and
would I-
Maya, you both can roll me. I think it's empathy in here.
Thank you.
It is always exciting to see
I don't have it.
artisans at
So
work.
is that a mediocre?
Yeah, if you don't have it, you roll at 0.
Awesome.
Oh.
Well,
Oh.
fortunately for
If it's, she would not know. She'd just be like, absolutely, yes, yeah, abso-friggin-lutely.
Fortunately for
Yep.
Tuksha, none of you noticed that he was bullshitting you.
Oh.
Fortunately for Tuksha and for this entire plane.
Let's not make a nuke on the second session.
I'm just not because I'm going to try and stop anything. I just want to see how Set's doing with. Okay, I maybe know what's going on.
So yeah,
kinda
with
just
that
like-
result, we're at a stalemate. So you do notice that what Tuksha's doing
Yeah, that's fine.
is not exactly right. Something's wrong with this.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just kind of stood back watching. I just wanted to get a vibe on whether I know what's happening here or not.
You do.
It's good. It's good to classify like people who will cause problems and people who will solve problems in this party, and I'm getting those lines drawn quite quickly.
Yeah, I think you did get that line right now. So yes, Ingvar and Maya, you both continue to work on the device with Tuksha's help. But when you finish, it doesn't seem to do much, but it does create fire.
No.
I'm satisfied with fire.
No. They're like, Ingvar is gonna like flick it on and off.
Unfortunately, nothing blew up. That's good.
Flamethrower. A flamethrower and fireworks.
Yes, you have a
Okay.
device that is basically a short-range flamethrower, and a device that can cause fireworks.
No.
No way, those
Have
could be
we-
combined poorly.
Out of interest,
Let's store them next to each other.
yeah. Have we ever
Oh, yeah.
clarified, Ladybug? Have we ever clarified exactly how my character can die? Because
I
I
think
can
it has
die,
something to do with
but I
fire.
have to be very, very dead. So I would like to just clarify if it is fire or not,
I
because if it
believe
is fire,
We did
we're
settle
gonna back
on,
out of this room.
I think we did settle on fire in the second session 0.
Yeah, that makes sense. In that case, Seht is just going to be like, okay, I see you're very busy. Goodbye. And I just back out the door very slowly. Go just stand in the courtyard and have a lovely time away from,
Fire.
the fire.
The one thing that can actually kill you.
Yeah.
I love how the dynamics in this group go with Seht being killable only by fire and Ingvar being so in love with fire.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna go great.
So,
When you
Maya,
visit
which
Plane of
of them
Fire,
have-
it will be interesting.
Mm.
Yes!
I'm not going there unless I'm wrapped in tin foil. Does the kitchen have tin foil?
I think it needs to be tested as to whether or not I can carry Seht.
I don't think so.
Could we make a carrying device?
It is not something that we would agree to very quickly. Also, if you were to attempt it, you would have to be very careful because some parts of flesh kind of give way when you put pressure on them. Don't know why I turned Russian there. That's not the accent.
Don't worry, you're not the only one.
You must be careful in attempting, because some places of flesh give way if you put too much pressure on them. Yeah, you would not want to sink entire hand into Ingvar's lower back. No, Ingvar is the wrong character. You would not want to. It's because I was looking. You would not like to sink entire hand into Seht's in lower back. Is not pleasant. I have done that before.
I love how
kind of pressure
Seht had to correct themselves twice in the same monologue.
Yeah, sorry, editing. My bad.
I just think that it will be fun.
No, my veneer of professionalism.
Well, the longer we keep talking about it, the more likely it is to stay in.
Oh, yes. It's fun.
I already lost my veneer of professionalism with playing on stream with Paul.
Yeah.
I miss being behind a very talented editor. That's my best play.
Is there a door on this bathroom?
Yes, there is.
Good. I'm having a bath.
Well, I am also going to step outside of the
Oh, so you want to leave those two
Workshop.
unsupervised
Are you sure?
in that room?
I mean, Maya is
yes, but I would
submerged in
also like to
water,
point out that I
So, like, that is the anti-fire, right? Like, if she is, you've left Maya, she's submerged in water. You're fine.
That's the least on fire you can get.
I mean, technically, but yeah.
Okay, I mean, it might be safe with Maya taking a bath and Ingvar playing with the flamethrower.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I did make them think that they were making potentially the most dangerous thing possible in here.
And I took the firework machine into the bathroom with me, but I didn't bring it in the bath with me. I know better than that.
Good.
Yeah.
I think I know better than that.
Good.
At least it's not an electric device. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be because you don't have electricity yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not Ingvar. Why am I?
Because we all know where this is going eventually.
Yeah. We said it at the same time, so.
As you come out of the death trap room, that is just going to be like, that was some smooth moves in there. Would not do well for the mission to end in utter chaos immediately.
Yes, I figured that it'd be best for us to last at least a little more than a day, and to maybe get back to our home before we all go up in a bowl of flame.
Yes, I agree. The person at the base promised to feed my cat, but I do not trust them.
Hmm.
Perhaps
Well-
we should. Sorry, do continue.
I was just going to say that in that case, we maybe should go back home for a bit and report back some of what we found, and maybe try to bring some of the books so that we could start working on translations.
Yeah.
Learn what we can about the ancients' language.
Tuksha, my friend, you read my mind. Wait, you can you do that?
I wouldn't say it's impossible, but I didn't this time.
Okay, well, you read my mind metaphorically. I agree. I think that is a good idea.
Now, if we can only convince the others to ever leave that little shack.
I think they may be some time.
Good luck.
But also, splitting the party between two dimensions is the most extreme splitting the party one can do. So maybe we shouldn't do that.
Especially when we've only got one device.
Yes. perhaps it would behoove us to look at the books in the main hall and see if any are. I mean, I know we cannot read them, but maybe we can pictures, discern which ones are perhaps cookbooks and which are manuals to the dimension thing and bring the right ones back with us.
I think that's a good idea. I don't have quite the technical mind for that, but I'm guessing that you've got a bit more of one, and maybe we could rope Ingvar in.
We maybe I am the wrong person to suggest this, but we can give it our best shot. I don't think the others are going to be here, are going to be easily distracted. So, what's the worst we can do, huh? They're all magical, weird books in new language. They are all exciting discoveries.
At the very least, we'll get some good leads on translation.
Yes.
Although I am wondering if there's anything that the folks back home could actually translate. If they don't have a point of reference, do we need to bring some bones back for them to talk to?
That
You mean
is
that was the
actually
main way Tamanta is translating?
yeah.
By
We could do this.
getting the bones of somebody from First Terra and asking, which is why it takes a long time.
I will consult the bones and see if anyone would like to come back with us. They are all
you already
laid.
tried to talk to the corpses in there.
Yeah, and I got vibes. If I get okay vibes, we're right.
I mean,
they
will
are
still
all.
not understand what you're saying.
They are all well laid to rest, so I would be loath to remove them outside of their will. I will say that there is a small chance that we could bring back bones of either Maya or Ingvar if they are in there for too long.
I was wondering where that was going.
I was like, this is not a hot bath, like it's not
It
acclimation.
may become such if you have the firework device.
That's a very hot bubble bath.
Yeah.
Trouble bath, that's what it is. Because those two are in there. I am watching you.
Oh, Ingvar is respecting my estate.
Oh, fair. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. I don't know why but my brain was like, yeah, it's just
I was just about to say, why would you be watching us if that's what we were doing?
Yeah, good point. I can physically remove my eyes if that would make you more comfortable.
It depends where you'd put them.
You only have two?
I had not thought that far ahead. I'm going to the graveyard now. This conversation has made Seht uncomfortable.
That reminds me, though, I did notice in my note that the tree next to the cemetery is normal. I don't think we ever actually explored why, if we could. That actually might be a Maya thing. But...
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I just assumed the map was like that, but
Ooh.
Good spot.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
in the note.
If I put weird trees everywhere else, then I would
you're
put
right.
a normal tree somewhere.
That's fair. That's just exactly the sort of thing that I would mess up. So I love the idea that in this world where everything is unusual and like
wants to climb
high
tree.
Contrast, now it's the normal thing that has become the unusual.
Also, Ingvar is following Maya because he has a new inventing buddy, and so it's just the instinct to at least stay with two people. At least have two people at a time, so that way, if one of you blows up, the other is there to get help.
You need a safety system. You need a buddy.
Yeah.
Yep. A blow up buddy. No, you don't need a blow up buddy. No.
Explodability, buddy.
That. Yeah.
I'm gonna start looking through the books, see if I can find one that looks particularly useful by my reckoning.
Okay, I would say to roll me. What could you roll me? Let's see.
Education?
See,
Planes?
Yeah, education
I was thinking-
sounds the best.
I was thinking maybe perception, because you can't
That's also
figure out-
possible.
you can't figure out which books just by reading, because you can't read them. So you're kind of looking for clues. Kind of ooh. I hope you're better at perception than you are at education. Otherwise, I've just fucked you up.
No, I could do. I mean, so what are my options? Is
So
education an option? 'Cause I don't have-
perception, education, those two would be good.
Let's go with education. It's actually on my sheet.
Nice.
All right, I got a 4.
Yeah, that's good. You did pick up a few books that seem to might be related to the device or something like that.
Okay.
Going by images mostly. And now
All right.
let's join the people who decided to go to the graveyard and investigate the tree or ask people about opinions on taking their bones out. Who wants to go first? The tree or the dead people?
I am more than happy to leave these people in rest for a little. I don't know why I'm replying in character. I'm good to. Seht is good to leave these bones at rest for as long as possible. After talking to them last time, didn't really go super well. So they're happy to let the tree stuff go down.
Okay, so Maya, do you want to try and figure out why the tree is normal?
I'm climbing the tree. Have I noticed anything?
You can roll
Weird?
me. You can roll me your Sabar magic. Do you want to do something about this result?
Yes.
So with 1 fate point and telling me which aspect to use, you can either reroll or add +2.
I'm gonna go with you're wrong because she's more intelligent than what she thinks she is. So she thinks that she's wrong all the time. So she's gonna double check herself.
Okay. So do you +2 or reroll?
Rerolled. And I'm
that
glad
is
I did.
better. That is definitely better. So, basically being from Sabar, you can usually connect to trees and shit like that. Because they usually have some Sabar magic in them. This one doesn't. It has no magic in it whatsoever.
This feels weird.
Yeah,
don't-
you tried to connect
don't
to a
like-
tree like you would usually connect to a tree, and nothing.
Lights are on, nobody's home, guys. Definitely can't feel anything.
Curious.
Ingvar is testing whether the abnormal trees catch on fire. Just with like a
Yes.
branch.
Are you
Yes, it
still
does.
in the tree?
Just a branch! Like if a branch fell on the ground, you'd just pick it up.
Yes, it absolutely catches on fire very fast.
They'll watch it until it's got to burn them, and then they'll. No, it probably would like burn them, and then they'd stamp it out.
So Seht, Ingvar is now holding a branch that's on fire.
How very biblical. I am going to try and play Fate. I know, steady. I'm not. I'm just new to the game. Can we have a look? If you can't connect to the tree with your weird, crazy magic, maybe I can talk to the tree. Maybe this is what these trees look like when they are dead. So I'm gonna see, maybe, could I try and create an advantage with Moran magic in order to speak to this potentially dead tree?
Roll me your magic.
Let's go.
Nice.
So we will kind of kneel down next to the tree and just kind of look at it seriously. Such is the way of spooky magic. And that's a 5.
Yes,
Let's
so with 5 you connect to the tree automatically, basically no thinking about it even.
Okay.
Yeah, the tree is very, very much not exactly dead.
Okay. So the aspect, I guess, here would be that I am linked to the tree. Is that an aspect?
Yep.
Okay. It would seem that the tree is not a normal tree. I am connected. Maybe if you try to talk to it through me, we could get a better idea.
Yes, the tree seems to be actually undead.
Oh, sick! Undead tree. Let's go.
Now you know
make
what
a
I
note
was
of
doing
that.
in the cemetery.
Well, everyone else here is dead. Like I thought that.
Dylan, it's still beautiful. Dylan, it's still beautiful.
Okay. I'm gonna try and communicate with the tree. Or rather, I'm gonna try and pass Zara's, because I'm not really used to. This is my first time talking with a tree. This is not my normal area of expertise. But I shall try and act as a translation between Zara and her. Maya and her. My bad. Let me
Sorry.
No, that's my bad. I shall try and act as a translator between Maya and her Sabara magic that I cannot do to save my own life, and this undead tree. And I will pass on anything you want to say. And hopefully we can. I've got an invoke on that aspect, so we can do something funky with a roll to try and figure out what's going on.
Transfer what Maya was trying to say to the tree, and to which the tree goes, good to know.
Yes.
They are. This is good. They are responding well to you. Maybe you could ask it some questions about what's going on.
How did you end up here?
You are linked. You can just ask.
When I'm linked, do I say these things out loud or just to the tree? I'm assuming it's just me hearing.
If you talk out loud, the tree still hears you. Because it's like right there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But can I think at it?
Yes, you can.
That's not a power that I should have.
Tell it it's
to sass other
sturdy,
characters without them knowing.
and it's amazing. And how long has he been here? Or it been here? Or they or whatever? How long have they been here?
My apologies. I am not used to talking to plant life. This is actually... plant unlife. My bad. This is actually the first time. So I am getting help from my friend to make sure I do not, be a big tree racist or something. So
do not worry, I am closer to you than to her anyway. Could you get that
trust
guy
in
with
me?
that person with fire away from me?
Of course. Could you... The fire, they do not like the fire.
Oh, that's everyone likes fire, but... And they start muttering, but walking away.
I am very with you there. I would not like it if one of my arms fell off and someone set fire to it either.
That often occurs, and they start they switch over to.
So going by what your colorful friend said, you want to know how long I've been here?
Yes, I believe so. We could do with some background. The
I could tell
AI
you that
is
I've
the only
been
one
here a long
here.
time. Trees don't exactly count time. I can tell you that the
Ah,
cemetery wasn't nearly as full when I was when I was here.
oh, quite a while then. We understand that the last people were over 4,000. Can't remember the word that we use for years in this game, but
Cycle.
5,000, 4,000 of those. So it is a while ago.
I mean, I'm not exactly alive, nor am I dead. Time doesn't matter.
I feel that, buddy. I'm trying to think of what else to ask you, but um, it has been a big day. Is there is anything that we should know? Trees are wise, right? That's what the Sebar people have told me.
Hmm.
I never really got it, but you are also the first tree I've talked to, so
I believe there is somebody in the house they talked to get information. I think that person would be better at it. I don't
yes,
really pay attention to a lot of stuff. I'm just a tree. As long as nothing
that's
tries to eat me, I'm fine.
very fair. Um, what is
Or
the last
put me on fire, that's
thing?
also something I don't exactly enjoy.
Yes, no, I am with again. I am also, fire. Ooh, big hater. I'm with you. Um, what if it is not rude to ask? What was the last time someone was a danger to you?
There were no dangers here before they brought me here. There was some problems, I think. I think there was some fighting and yeah, and then there was a lot of fire and they brought me here.
Oh, you weren't here originally.
Oh no, no, no,
Transplanted.
no. I
Me
used to
and
be
you are
alive.
so alike.
I used to be alive, you know.
Oh, I mean, I figured.
But
Where
when they
did
brought
you
me
come
here, I
from?
became what I'm now, because, well, I did die in the process, I believe. It might have
Hmm.
been the fire.
Oh dear. Well, you are looking fantastically unalive. It is, uh, game recognized game. Um, where were you from previously?
Oh, I was growing in a nice forest. It was a nice forest. It had
That's
dormant
very
trees.
fair.
It even had
When
squirrels.
squirrel, oh, I have not seen a squirrel for many moons. Kind of rare in Moran. Not that many trees.
What is Maran?
That is where I am from. The country in the plain. I guess we have a name for our plane? This is something I shouldn't say in character. Do we have a name for our home plane?
I mean,
Like,
for now, the name you use for your world, so the continent that you know as your world, because nobody yet
yeah,
explored what is outside of the continent, is Cambar.
Camber. Yes. Okay. I wasn't sure if we called the plane that or just the. Okay, so Camber.
I mean, you
Uh,
wouldn't call it any other name because why would you? That's your
yeah,
world.
true. I love how we've explored other dimensions before or other planes before we've just like gone, what about that water stuff? All right, that's great. Um, it is a country in or a region in Kambar, which is the, I guess, plane I am from, where I was before I was bought here, like you.
Haven't heard of that place before. But
So somewhere
Camber,
else.
that Camber, that does sound familiar. I think somebody here was from a place they called that, but it wasn't a plane. It was like one continent in the world.
Interesting. That is good news information to have. I, I should probably leave you to your
If you wanna
treeing.
communicate with the dead here, I could help, because they won't
Oh,
speak your language.
well, that actually would be very helpful. Why didn't I think of that? Let's see. We were looking for answers as to what happened here. We basically just arrived. And also to see if any would like to come back with us.
Let me see what I can find. And
Thank
Tree
you.
goes silent for a few minutes. And then comes
My
back.
apologies, sorry. I did not catch your name.
I'm a tree, we don't use names.
Oh, my bad. This is why I had my friend. I should have asked.
And yeah, the tree comes back after a few minutes. Okay, so they are absolutely fine with you taking the bones, if you need them,
Sweet.
or any other remains for that matter. However, when I tried to ask them about what was happening here previously or their last memories, they don't seem to either remember or want to talk about it.
Okay. That is understandable.
And just
Not
take that as
many
your GM
people.
telling you it's too early for you to find out.
That is understandable. It took me many a moon to talk about how I died originally. And I don't even know what that is, so I don't know why I'm alluding to it now, but maybe we'll get a payoff in 4 episodes' time. I relay this information to everyone and thank not Tree, not no named Tree even. Just thank them and be like, enjoy your treeing. I will try and keep all the fire away. If there's anything else we can do, just
Just
let
keep
me
the
know.
fire away and that should be enough.
Great.
Ask him if they want anything while I'm up here.
Oh, the
Yes, I
tree.
would like for her to get down.
Oh,
I don't
sorry.
enjoy being walked on.
They do not like being climbed. Me and you share that as well. We are going to get on like a house on. No, something else.
I get down reluctantly.
I don't know if this is more Durat or Spar magic, but in kind of smoothing things over with the tree, could Ingvar try and like enrich the soil a bit? I know it probably doesn't have to eat, but like
I mean, that tree seems to be fine in the cemetery.
okay.
And also, Maya, need I remind you, you can fly.
Hi.
Oh yeah. So the bones will be happy to return with us, but they are not so talkative and also still talk in the weird, I shouldn't call it weird. It's just different to ours. That doesn't make it weird. This new language. But perhaps our friends back home will have more success in persuading them to talk.
If the tree
Maybe.
can translate, then theoretically, uh, her name, the head translator, if she can work with you to get information from the remains, that would get more out of the communication than the limited questions she has, right?
exactly. We should do that. But I believe Tuksha was to examine the books, yes?
Yes,
Did that...
it went fairly well. I found a few that I think are related to the device itself, so they should be pretty useful in our investigation.
Wonderful. It has been a... Nope, lost it. I had a goof and then realized it wasn't actually a joke, and it wouldn't have made any sense without it being funny. Let me just... Excellent. Then it has been a good day. Perhaps I will get these bones out very carefully and properly, and we could prepare for a trip back home.
Also said, you know that Tamanta prefers skulls to any other bones because skulls are the easiest to talk to.
Yes. I also prefer skulls in place where my talking happens, so I understand this.
And now everyone look at Tuksha. Well, you don't know yet because you haven't noticed, I'm guessing, yet? With the mask and all that?
Probably not. Not with the mask and also the makeup.
So, is there anything else we need to do before we go and report back?
I don't think so. You can get the skulls easily from the graves. There is 4, 7, 8, 9, 10 graves with bones in them. So you can get 10 skulls from there, because if you open the sarcophagi, you can notice that the bodies in there are somehow preserved so that they do not decompose.
Oh God, that's unsettling.
But
It
also
is
useful for when you start missing body parts.
true. But again, they are laid to rest. It would be wrong for me to,
I mean, the tree also mentioned that any of the remains here don't mind being taken.
Yes, this is more a personal discomfort than a consideration.
I mean, you do have to get those parts from somewhere.
Yes, freshly slain enemies are preferable, or other volunteers. Anyone not currently laid to rest.
Makes sense.
But I will unearth some skulls. You know, just a little bit of exhumation.
Are they skulls or are they just heads at this point, since they don't decompose?
No, only those in the sarcophagi in the crypt don't decompose. The other 10 graves are only bones.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also not going to dig them.
Misinterpreted.
I'm not going to dig them all up either. I'm going to dig one up because I don't want to take all the bones away, because it does genuinely make Seht slightly uncomfortable, which is remarkable considering. But yeah, so we carefully exhume one skull in a proper way. I'm not really sure how the proper way is, but we do it that way.
Yeah,
and
to how to exhume a body respectfully without
yes,
making
and
anything messy to the breast they were laid to.
And we very carefully clean the skull off with some minor Moran magic, polished up to just a shine. I bet that feels really good. They've been laid there for a while.
Okay, and I guess with that you will open the portal and go back?
Yeah, I'm also going to make a note of whatever's written on the gravestone, even though I know I can't read it, just so we've got, like, presumably this skull's name.
Yeah, okay. You can copy what's written on the gravestone, whatever that is.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm guessing you open the portal to go back to the headquarters of the organization you're part of, you're working for.
Yep. As long as I don't have to make a roll for that.
No, you do not. You do not. Don't worry.
Oh, good.
So you open the portal, you go back, and once you do, there's one person waiting for you at the portal. And, well, that is your friendly little diviner, Nyan.
Hey,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I knew you'd be back up around this time. So, how fun was that?
Well, it was quite fascinating, to be honest.
That's
Uh,
I learned
Yes.
a lot of new things.
figures.
we met. I'm not sure calling them a person is exactly accurate, but they sure act like one.
a comprehensive holographic interface for mastering enlightenment. Or time.
Aha. I think that's something Pantasu would be better at understanding than me. But I'm glad you made friends.
I spoke to a tree. It was
Isn't
pretty
that
cool.
usually her job?
I know. It was crazy. I'm telling you. What a
tried.
rush.
So what was wrong with the tree?
It died.
There is nothing wrong with being dead.
Wait,
that
you
is
found
very
an undead tree?
Narrow-minded worldview.
You found an undead tree.
Yes.
Okay, that's weird.
You too? I thought you would understand.
I never heard of something like an undead tree. Even in Marat
Also,
there are
there's
no
an island.
undead trees.
It was unusual to us. Does not make it weird.
It was definitely unusual seeing that there are no undead trees in Kambar.
Yes. But we are exploring new planes. We should keep our minds open for all possibilities.
Sure, makes sense. So I'm guessing you found some nice little plane? What was it? Because I can only vibe some things, not all of them.
It was, well, it was very small, in all honesty, and it seemed to have been custom made for the last people who used the device.
Oh, that was a while ago. How bad how bad of a shape was that place?
It was in perfect
Excellent.
condition.
The food was
Okay.
amazing.
I
I
mean-
loved the food.
I mean, I knew that the first era had more magic than us, but that means they had way
Far
more
more.
magic than us.
Preserving magic and self-sustaining and healing and these, and they bring out some of the parts from their pockets.
Yeah, I think that with that you should go to Pantasu. That for me it looks like a piece of like a mountain of metal and other things. And yeah, I am not the device person. I am the divination person. And yeah, and I believe the others will also like to see you. You might wanna leave Sotae for the end because she mostly wants to hear if there were any violations or anything like that.
Oh, one thing that
No,
may-
everybody was on their best behavior.
Yeah, like I'm gonna believe you on that.
One thing that may blow your mind is that we discovered that Kambar is not the only place in our plane.
Yeah, I mean, figures that one continent shouldn't be the only place in the entire plane or world. So yeah, makes sense.
Yes, and interestingly, one of the other locations that are programmed into the device comes to our plane, but is it on an island? Am I
Can see
saying
the
that
address?
right?
Because I might be able to vibe what's there.
Yes, it's a good idea. Iceland? Is that right?
Yeah, it
It was like
That's what it
I'd,
sounded
like
like.
I'd land. I'd, like you were looking at I'd land, like you were looking at it. It were
Okay,
I'd.
so
I'm
I'm
sure it were
guessing
I'd
you're
land.
showing Jan
Land.
the address for the island. They start to think for a second on that address. Oof. Don't go there anytime soon.
Plot justification. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I get vibes of a lot of scales and a lot of fire, so.
Oh, we should never go there.
Ingvar and Maya both lean forward.
Also, some faint vibes of getting very dead very fast if you just say the wrong thing.
Well, that I am less concerned about. But maybe for another team, yes, we can retire great explorer heroes and send B team to Deathly Fireplace.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure you're gonna visit that place at some point.
Well,
just not anytime soon.
beans.
You will probably go to the plane of fire or whatever, so it's not gonna be any worse. Hey, don't worry. Okay, fire might actually kill you, but by the time you visit that island, I'm guessing your teammates will be able to help with that.
Right. I'm going to update my whatever passes for a will when you're already dead.
Also, your cat is absolutely fine. I fed them.
Won't?
And I think the cat likes it here.
That is good. They will be running the place by the end of the week.
I mean, they kind of already are.
Wonderful.
Perfect.
That sounds like a cat.
And
They did not give you
funnily
any
enough,
trouble.
You do see that there is a cat. Seth, what does your cat look like?
I was just about to do. Like, they did not give you any trouble. They sometimes like to drop their limbs off and hide them, and then limp around with 3 legs when they meet new people. They find it funny.
They did try that, but that's not something that will fly with me.
Well, I am glad that they finally have someone to.
At, figuring shit out when it's on my own plane.
Yes, calling out her bullshit is a skill I have yet to master.
And yes, Seth, if you could please tell us what your cat looks like, because they are just coming in, running and jumping at you.
Imagine a Manx cat. Is it a Manx cat? The hairless ones? Am I getting that right?
Sphinx.
Is it?
Yep.
What's a Manx cat? Sorry, this is going to bother me if I don't look at a Manx cat's the cats with... A Manx cat's the cats with the tiny... with, like, no tail. Oh, yeah, okay. They're the ones with bobtails. My bad.
Okay.
Yeah, the hairless ones are Sphinx.
Yeah, Sphinx cat. My bad. All right. So, imagine a Sphinx cat, but they are, again, a little patchwork. No fur anywhere. So they look like a Sphinx cat, but maybe that's just because the fur's like, yeah, just a mishmash of parts again. Clearly undead, for people who can tell that from looking. And just like, I don't know how to describe it, but like, that look that a cat can give you that's like, I am just so above all of this. That look permanently.
Yes, and that cat right now ran into the room you're in and just jumped at Seth.
Oh,
For all of you, you've noticed something that resembles a cat, if the cat was made out of other cats, and they just jumped on Seth.
You said that you didn't like people climbing on you.
Shit, I need a name for the cat. I didn't think this far ahead.
I was about to ask.
Don't put a cat in if
I've
you
made
want to name it.
I've made all this up on the fly, including the fact that I had a cat last session. That was just so like, I did not have a plan.
So you have had 2 weeks to figure out what the cat is named.
Huh? Oh no, yeah, I should have thought of something. I don't know if you have noticed, Maya, but CAT here is not a person. They are a cat. And I like try and catch them in one hand, but I'm also like holding the skull delicately in 2 hands. So kind of like a, but they quickly climb up and just
So,
perch
while-
somewhere.
Whilst you basically you hold the skull very delicately, and the cat decided to sleep on it.
Oh, okay. And that's actually sick. I'm down to like 2-hand carry the skull like that with a
And
cat
then,
perched on
yeah,
top.
you carry the skull, and there's the cat on top.
I just like I hope that you were not allergic. Probably does not matter now.
Get up at the cat, get up at the cat, get up at the cat, get up at the cat!
You can try, but let us just say that I pet the cat, but I also do not feel when, they slice pieces off. Not all of these scars are from battle or business. You are welcome to try, however. I have not done any Natbone magic in a while. Could be a good chance to practice.
I'm gonna fly closer because I want to speedy flutter if I need to get back up, but I'm gonna go in for the little tickle behind the ear.
So you try.
There is a beast roll.
As soon as you,
Just as there is a beast roll. I'm intrigued.
So
Sorry.
basically, as soon as your hand is in the proximity of the cat, it first started to hiss. Do you move your hand?
Can I lock eyes with the cat, like, but with nice eyes, with kind, gentle Maya eyes?
You try that. The hiss turns into a growl.
It's time. Do it. Blow a fate point, creating an advantage so the cat likes you. I believe in you.
I want to so badly, but my brain is just not thinking of anything that's worth it right now.
Yeah, very fair.
No. I'm not as good as you at fly. Sorry.
Ingvar will go in for a pet.
You could try
Even
to
though
roll
their hands are
survival
big.
to see if you are able to convince the cat that you are not
Sorry, roll what?
an enemy.
Okay.
So with that one, the cat for a second goes quiet, like it's letting you pet them. So I'm guessing you do that. And
Yeah.
that is exactly the moment the cat decided to attack your hand with all 4 sets of claws and teeth.
4.5 sets. The last
4.5
patch job was a little bit
sets of
iffy.
claws and teeth.
Athletics to because as soon as I saw the flinch,
You didn't
I
notice
would've-
the flinch before it was too late. You have basically a cat that's grabbing your arm with all claws and teeth at the same time. You basically could
Awesome.
probably just hold
No,
them
no,
like that
that's
and then
fine.
it stay there.
That's fine. As far as I'm concerned, this is love, right? You have no idea what her backstory is. This is love, right? She's got she's got a cat. Sorry, just like that. Like she thinks that the cat is holding on to her for love. Like she loves her that much that it's holding on. Yeah.
So yes, the rest of you also see that. And
I'm
I don't think
getting
any
the pet.
of you had that much of the trauma in your past to realize that this is not love from the cat.
This is how she expressed love to me. but she knows it does not hurt me.
Yeah, and she also knows that it does hurt other people. She is a cat. She is smart enough.
I'm still
Yes.
there. Still.
Yeah, the cat is still full, all claws and teeth in your hand. Just growing ever tighter.
Yeah.
So, Seth,
You may-
what do
you may
you
want
do
to
with the
remove your
fact
hand.
that your companion now has their arm completely overtaken by your cat? And you
Hey,
also do realize that it might not hurt you, but it will hurt her.
yeah, but hey, C.H.I.M.E is their own cat. Seht doesn't like interfere too much. That's kind of the vibe we have. Like, I turn up, make sure she gets food. They do whatever they like. That's kind of our dynamic, and messing with that at this juncture could be they're already having to settle into a new place. Like, we're just gonna let it happen. Just is what it is.
So after a
I
while,
did warn them. Like,
after a while, the cat releases the claws and teeth and basically climbs over Maya to get away from her. And Maya,
such a good
your
kitty.
arm is cut in so many places by the claws and the teeth, and you're bleeding. Oh, and also your arm and your back.
Can I
The cat
attempt
was running away.
medicine to try and staunch some of the bleeding and clean up where the cat bit her?
Do not worry. That is a simple fix.
Roll me your Nutwell magic,
Oh,
Seth.
right.
I'm a heal tank, baby.
I forgot.
Roll me your Nutwell.
Yeah, I know. There you
Yeah,
go.
two of us have Nathbone magic.
So
Superb. Let's go.
So basically, Maya, Seht comes in, and Seht, what does your Nutwell magic look like when you activate it?
It looks a whole lot like Moran magic. It's not, but probably to an undiscerning passerby, it might look like it.
Okay.
Maya's like, you got rid of the consequences.
Oh shit.
Also, that crick in your back should feel a whole lot better. Still probably see someone regularly, but I rolled superb. I'm taking it. Like,
Yeah.
I like it.
And yeah, Nyan is looking
It
at
feels
all
good.
this.
It feels good.
sorry, not to jump in over, but I feel that our medical supplies, Ingvar, may need to be stretched as we explore. I did not mean to steal your thunder.
Oh, no, you're fine. I'm just used to doing little things around the workshop. Speaking of which, their hands are like freshly bandaged for burns because that stick did burn.
That makes sense.
That's why they had the bandages just on hand.
On hand.
Set would offer to try and heal them, but kind of thinks that they're part of your like whole aesthetic and wouldn't want to take your core identity away.
Really,
It's accessorizing.
Nyan looks at all of this with, okay. You might start
Oh my-
your adventures, we'll see.
Man, Stitch is definitely like if young Stitch is definitely accessorized by getting like gnarly injuries on their limb and swapping limbs out for ones with gnarly injuries. These are my going out arms. Check this industrial accident, right? And this one, 3rd-degree burns. Come on, like.
Oh, why stop and turn?
Yes, as fun as this is, I think you should get going to meet the others to tell them what you witnessed and shit like that. Yeah, just
Yes.
Yeah. And with that, he just walks out. They just walk out of the room. Who do you go to next?
I think we should probably head to Mantar. What do you think? Seht, you've got the skull and I've got the books.
Yes.
Let them get started as soon as they feel like it.
I kind of just gently sort of brush the top of the skull. Not that there's any hairs there because the cat is furless, but just yes, would it be good to get them somewhere safe?
Okay, so you go to the library, which is where Tamanta always is. Buried in mountains of books and piles of skulls.
Yes, piled, not exactly the most dignified end. Set like grumbles disapprovingly under there. Just like.
Oh, do not worry, Seht. All of the owners of those skulls agreed to this, I believe.
Yes,
so.
but
I did ask them before I took the skulls.
You could at least give them a neat little ceremonial
I
pillow.
will.
Like
Those that I cannot ask questions to anymore are over there, and they will get their ceremony. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah.
I am from Maran also. Don't worry, really. I know what to do with bones.
Yes.
And I believe you have a skull for me. Or is that skull just decorative?
Yes. We found. We should fill you in, but I've been talking a lot and I feel bad for party facing too much, so someone else should fill you in.
She looks at all of you, waiting.
Well, we found a lot more that needs translating. I put down the pile of books on the desk and say, these are all in, language of the first age, and
Oh joy.
I suspect that these have to do with the device itself, based on the diagrams that I could find. There were how many bodies of explorers from the first age? Was it?
There were 10 graves. Graves with the bones in them, and then there were 4 sarcophagi in the crypt.
Right. So there were 14 bodies of adventurers from the first age, and a magical entity that we don't quite understand, that knew who we all were and seemed to know everything going on in Haven. Although Haven's very small, so I guess that's not all that much to know now, is it? But everything was perfectly preserved, no decay, just an undead tree.
Oh,
although
interesting.
Seht can just fill you in more on that one.
We spoke with the tree. It was enlightening. Trees have much the same thoughts you would imagine trees to have.
Did
but
you know trees
I
can
guess
be undead?
Yes, it was a surprise to me also. But they helped me confirm that these bones did not mind accompanying us back, although they did say that you may not find them very talkative about their deaths and the events surrounding them.
That's normal for remains. They usually don't want to talk about what killed them.
Yes. They also speak this first one's language, so may be difficult to talk to, but could help in
that's
books.
How I do most of the translations. I talk to the bones from the first era. They also don't speak our language too much. But I'm usually able to discern things by asking them,
Good.
so I should manage. Yes, great, I have more books. Not like I don't have a mountain of books waiting for translation, but we'll get there.
But these are from another plane. Also, while I don't forget, where did I put it? Oh, yes, I wrote on my arm. This is the bone's name. I think it was on the gravestone. I just peel that off and give it to them.
Oh,
thank you.
Okay.
Guess it works.
She takes it without any fuss or anything. Just places it next to the skull.
Did you know
Maya
there are
wants to know
many
if that
layers of
stings.
skin on the body? You can peel them off like, sticky nuts.
See, people who are alive tend to not do that because it hurts.
I was just about to
Yes.
ask, does that sting?
No, I keep it very clean. That was a joke. I understood you. No, it does not sting.
Being undead has its bonuses. Okay, so if that's all, I will get to translating and asking Skull's questions, and you can move on to the next person, because I'm guessing you still have people to talk to.
There was also one odd thing that the entity we mentioned. Also, the entity might be able to access translations, but some of her data is inaccessible at the moment. And she mentioned the first era people were about to finalize their greatest achievement, but they didn't know what that was. So if you could find translations for greatest achievement or similar words that might help in identifying which.
I will see what I can find, but I imagine that might relate to how those people died, and they won't want to talk about it. Well, I will see what I can do. Also, it will be nice to at some point meet that person I believe you've met in there who can translate. I might want to ask some questions on my own.
I'm not sure they can actually leave.
Sidebar, Chime cannot leave, but you were told you can bring whoever you want.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
We can bring up 10 people, so if there's anyone else who would need to come with you, then just keep that in mind.
The tree also speaks the language, so if you need any encouragement to get really good at translating this, the tree is beating you.
Yes, I needed that.
Is that helpful?
No,
Or is that useful?
It's not good knowing that a tree could do my job.
I don't think they have eyes, if that helps, so I don't think they can, see the book. You would have to read it to them, and we can't speak the language, so,
Yeah.
I thought of that.
Sure.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so if you could just go to another person, and I will go back to my translating, as I do have that job.
I guess it is time for us to leave. Oh, sorry, touchy subject.
So,
I like pulling undead people's legs. They fall off sometimes. It's great.
Yeah, she's undead also, but a different undead because she's a vampire. She doesn't lose pieces of her.
Well, I mean, everyone can. It's not a Stitcher exclusive thing. The exclusive thing is it not being a big deal. Yeah.
So who do you go to next?
I was going to suggest. Go ahead. What?
I was thinking Pantsu might be a good idea, the head of technology.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to Pantasu. And you arrive at the other side of the building completely, where Pantasu has the workshop. And yeah, they are just like last time. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of elemental magic in the air, and shit like that. They don't notice that you walked in. Which is
Hi!
They froze. A few things dropped to ground. Some of those things probably shouldn't be on the ground because it's starting to melt. And
you want a hand with that?
Don't do that again to me. Not when I'm working, because that might actually blow something off, or whatever. Glad you came back. Do not surprise me like that again.
He can fix you if you burn yourself.
That's good to know, but I would prefer not to.
We found things, and we found parts, and they're going to lay out. If there's like a clear space where they're just gonna lay out.
Ooh, those
like
are
the part.
nice parts. I haven't seen some of them. I will have
Right,
to
we found this in
investigate
Haven.
them further. If they leave
We
them
also
right
made
back,
these.
I will investigate them and I will figure out what everything does and what can be done with it. Anything else?
We made these, and we also found out there are more configurations for the. We were told of some of the other configurations of the device, including one that's actually on this plane, but on an island.
Idland.
Idland.
Right. I love that how we're saying it now.
Interesting. I didn't know there was an island, but good to know. Anything else?
There's a whole workshop full of parts, and there's also this entity is finding the there we go comprehensive holographic interface for mastery and enlightenment, and they're just gonna start nerding out over like what they observed.
You noticed that made Pantesu way more interested, and they listened to everything, while you think they are trying to figure out how it might have been built, and I have no idea. But after a while, when you explain more about C.H.I.M.E, so it looks like a being made from all of the possible sources of magic. That shouldn't be possible because some of those kind of go against each other, but if they manage to do that with perfectly harmonizing all of those, that's interesting. We never thought of that. That would take a lot of people to pull off, but that might be, that's interesting.
It feels like we may have broken this poor person.
Oh yeah.
By the way, one of the fundamental truths of our world, fuck that.
After that little monologue about all the kinds of magic and merging them, you notice that Pantesu kind of seems like they froze. Like when
I've seen this before.
I've seen
this before. People often freeze when they're trying to work out what I've just said. So I've seen this before.
So they do not
You just have to wait a couple of minutes and they'll catch up.
Yeah, they do not speak, they do not move. You're not even sure if they are breathing right now.
Oh god.
I've definitely seen this before, don't worry.
They're gonna give a little double tap on
that
their arm.
Nothing. Ingvar, as much as you can say, it looks like they are, I don't know, processing. It might take them a while.
Interesting. Maybe
we should just go see Seht.
Yes, they seem like they have ended up the same as C.H.I.M.E ended up. Perhaps they are retrieving old data.
So, do you want to go to Seht or Sati? Because those are the two people that have left.
We should actually probably see Sati to let him know of the concerning things that we heard at Haven. Just so he's aware. And the whole, there's an island that's hostile.
Island.
On one hand, you are right. We will have to see Seht. You said Seht or Sat? I can't remember. I've written them down incredibly similar to each other, and my brain cannot remember how
Sati
they are different.
Is the head of security.
Sati. Yeah.
And Seht is the head of HR.
Seht. Which one were you talking? Which one did you say we should visit? Sorry, my bad.
I think it was Sati.
Yeah.
Okay. No, in that case, forget I said anything. I was just going to make a joke about Seht being terrifying.
Oh, she is.
But we're not going there yet, so.
Okay, so Sati.
Yeah.
You came back. You seem to be in good shape. No missing limbs or anything. That's good.
You tried.
Is it?
You tried to what? Lose limbs?
Blow things up.
They did. They did try that.
We had to do some healing.
I'm guessing she needs some therapy, doesn't she? Yeah, I'm
We
gonna have to
found
talk
that-
to Sutei about getting you mandatory therapy, Maya. Don't worry, it doesn't hurt too much.
Okay.
Most likely
Can I
depending
climb?
on your past, but we'll see how
Can I
that goes.
climb? Can I climb? If I can climb, then if therapy's climb, then yeah.
Yeah, we can arrange for you to be able to climb something for therapy during therapy. Don't worry.
Unfortunately, I did not pass my Nutbone therapy license exam,
Yeah,
but
not
I
many
could
people
help you
can.
through the basics.
Not many people can. Therapy isn't easy. But hey, if anyone ever needs therapy or just somebody to talk to, I'm here. I can help. That's
Talking
fine.
to you. That is why we came here. Ah,
I'm
it is
yes.
working already.
I am guessing. So yes,
I-
what did you want to talk to me about?
Well, unless Nyan already told you,
They tend to not
there's
tell me
apparently
too much because they don't want to spoil things, I guess.
uh, uh, well, there's also an island in our plane, not just this continent, and whatever's there is dangerous and potentially hostile.
Interesting, good to know.
We don't know exactly where it is, but we do know that this device can take us straight to it.
At some point you will probably go visit that place, but maybe not anytime soon. I don't think you're in the shape to survive something that's dangerous and hostile yet. Especially if yeah, that might be a bit too much. It might we'll see. At some point, I'm guessing. Good to know that there is an island in our world. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know
Hired
if
land.
I'd like the eye. It's like the eye. Like you looked at it, like you eyed the land from away.
I'm pretty sure they did mean island.
No, that's why it's in the middle of the sea. Get it?
Even more like it. You see it. It's the sea. It's the eyed land.
Start
It all
spelling
makes
with
sense now.
Yes, sure, absolutely. Anything else you have for me, or do you want to go to the last stop? I'm guessing because I'm guessing I wasn't your first stop, also.
There was the slightly concerning reason why Haven was built. It was built to be safe from outside influences and forces, and the people who are buried there, and the founders, they fought a lot, and there was a lot of danger before they came to Haven, and there were also some the technology we spoke to, magic being, said that there was where was it? Okay. Basically, that all that you need is at a haven, or the only thing you need is haven, which seems a little odd.
That's a bit concerning to know, especially since we do not have many records from the first era, not enough to know about any bigger conflicts anyway. That's something we will have to keep an eye on to see where that goes, because hopefully that conflict won't come back to bite us in the asses. Hopefully. Good to know I have something to be aware of. And that there is a safe place to go to if everything goes to shit.
It can
Yes,
only,
it can only
like,
hold about
stay.
could only hold about 10 people.
Yeah, so everyone, so yeah, it should be fine. At least people from headquarters will be able to go if anything goes to shit. But hopefully it won't. We'll try to make it so it doesn't.
Good. So I guess at this point we head to Seht
Yep.
and
that's
deal
the
with
first
HR.
Oh, I have not been looking forward to this.
So,
I
going
wouldn't tell her
to
that.
her office. Ah, you came back. Good to know, good to know. And you're all in one piece, so nothing bad happened. Good to know.
Why does everyone keep acting surprised that we came back and that we came
we
back
didn't know
in
what would
one
happen
piece?
if you go we didn't know what would happen if you activate the device and go through the portal. Nobody ever tried that before you.
I shall try not to take it too personally against my
That's
skills as a
exactly what you-
physician.
I mean, that's exactly what you volunteered for. To try something that nobody ever tried before.
And it was my job to make sure everybody came back in one piece, which they did.
Yep. Good job.
Everyone seems surprised. It's okay, never mind. Sorry. You said you
You are
wouldn't
still
do this.
technically multiple pieces, though, aren't you?
Oh, I mean, I was already in those pieces. Is a good question. Is two pieces of or a piece of string, if you cut it in half and tie it back together, is that one piece of string or two? Who knows? Let's move on from this existential nightmare of a question for me.
It's half of a bracelet.
Well,
I mean,
I guess that's what I am then. Half of a bracelet.
Yes.
sad.
She honestly isn't this stupid.
So,
She's more
if
clever
you-
than she.
If you could relay on me what you found in there after you went through the portal.
There's a self-contained plane that's about the size of a manor that you might find in some of the middle wealth districts. There's a central building with some basic living quarters, a workshop that those two got very involved in, and a small hut with food preparation, including some interesting, unusual by our standards foods and
Loved it.
some cooking devices that worked on their own without you having to touch them.
That was the best.
I totally forgot to tell.
Pretty much
That guy
everything
about
there
that.
was. Pretty much
We
everything
already
there
broke
was
him.
magically preserved.
He wasn't ready for that. We've already broken him.
Interesting. Any inhabitants?
There's an entity called C.H.I.M.E that we interacted with. It's not a living being the way we think of it, and it's not undead. It's this construct of magic, and it seems like maybe it was all of the types of magic kind of harmonized together to function, and we don't understand it.
Interesting. Interesting.
It's
And
said
who
that
owns the
a
box?
haven. Well, the four of us now, according to C.H.I.M.E.
Interesting. Oh, well, at least
Everyone that was there, there's about 14 bodies of previous people that used to go there. They're about 4,000 years old, or cycles old.
So circa about the end of First Era. Interesting. Maybe you will find out more
Yes,
of the
it's
history
been-
of First Era there at some point.
It
In
hasn't
the
been
space of like a
visited
day,
since then.
I got a house. So I own property now and antiques.
Yeah, and just remember to not mention that out loud outside of this building, because there are people who are trying to find your assets. I won't tell anyone.
They
but,
can't have my bones.
I won't tell anyone, but well, be careful who you share this with.
Oh,
There's also a library, all written in First Era language. They seem to, those from the First Era that were there seem to have come from this plane, but were traveling to other planes and used Haven as a safe place to escape something.
It did also seem there was some not from our plane.
Interesting.
Also, wild truth bomb to drop on you. Trees can be undead now.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
I
That
wouldn't
was
say
the
no,
other
I'd say
entity.
Entity.
yeah, that's interesting. We didn't even ever encounter any undead trees in Camber anyway. Even in
No,
Maran
it was the
somehow.
first. It was the first time I had ever spoken to a tree. It was weird.
It was the first time I've ever not been able to speak to a tree. It was weird.
I can imagine. Yes. Yeah, trees are usually very talkative. Okay, so that was your first place to go. Any idea where you're going next? Did that
No,
giant person tell you anything useful?
Yeah, just don't go to the Idland yet.
The what?
Yes.
I was getting
Idland.
to that.
There's an island. Go ahead.
Every time. Apparently, the only Kambar is not the only body of land on our plane, and the other one is somewhere out in the sea and is probably dangerous and potentially hostile. So we aren't
no
going
point
there yet.
there for now. I would prefer you didn't die before exploring more.
Yes.
And it's
We
also
would
a lot
too.
of paperwork if any of you dies. And any other places that C.H.I.M.E might have mentioned?
Well,
Free magic plane
there's
and Epic.
Go ahead.
Just the other two places were the Fey magic plane and the Earth magic plane.
Oh, sounds like interesting choices. Where do you want to go?
We were probably kind of hoping that management would have an idea for that.
Oh well, the device is yours, and you know the addresses, so it's your decision where you want
okay.
to go.
Did
There
not
are
realize.
some preset ones. I'm sure there are some preset ones because they said that not. Well, I'm not supposed to press the button, but I could press the button, and it'd take us straight there.
I am concerned now. Did not realize I would be in a management position.
I believe from what C.H.I.M.E told you, the Earth plane and the Fey plane are those that are programmed into the device, and I'm guessing she also showed you how to activate those, so it's your choice where you go next. Just please don't go to the island. I don't want to do the paperwork.
The place, Idland, it's funny that we're not allowed to see it.
You will at some point, I believe, but maybe not yet.
Then perhaps we sleep on a decision and make one when we are more level-headed, right? We could choose and just go like that. That's it boggles the minds.
Sure, why not? You can sleep on it and decide in the morning. Your quarters are ready, as always. Just take some rest.
I mean, now going back to our house in Haven?
You can if you want to. It's your house now.
Perhaps.
You can even
Seht
keep your
gets...
cat there, Seht, so that she doesn't destroy this entire place.
Yes, that is a fair point. Although I don't know how sensible it is giving the cat an infinitely replenishing source of food, but
so just don't let her into the kitchen.
Oh, you have not met C.H.I.M.E yet, have you?
I did.
Oh, I guess
You can ask Tamanta how she keeps her out of library.
I guess you probably have that effect on people and cats. Okay, cool. Not you. I mean, yes, we should do that. Yes, we should do that. A good idea. In case Chime wakes up.
We could also see if there are any additional effects that occur as a result of being on in a different plane or in Haven specifically. That could be interesting
I
to
hadn't
study.
thought of that.
Oh yeah, how long were we gone for?
I would say, how long did you spend in the Haven?
I think, was it even a day?
Yeah, like an
It
afternoon,
was like,
right?
yeah, it was a few hours.
Yeah, I'd say about a few hours.
Okay.
Okay, so it's roughly the same.
I love how we've narrowed down the two most important things about extraplanar travel. Is that time is the same and toast is weird. That's time and toast, baby.
No,
Wait.
the toast is sufficient. Not weird. Sufficient.
No, the toast is sufficient, but by our understanding of physics, it's strange.
I shouldn't judge physics. Also, I guess.
Okay, and with that, you can absolutely go get some rest in your quarters. And that might be where we will be leaving off for today. So, before we finish, if you could please decide me where you want to go so I can prepare.
I'm interested in going to the Earth magic plane, but I'd be down for the Fey magic one.
I'd be
I'm
good
easy.
for,
Seht has
yeah, I was
no
thinking
strong
Earth.
opinion.
Yeah, let's go to Earth.
Okay, so
Actually, Seht knows two Fays that both terrify them, so maybe Earth Magic Plane, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to clarify which two Fey terrify Seht, but
I was also thinking that maybe we should understand a bit more of how to contain the chaos before we go to the chaos plane.
I'll be right
That
in.
seems like
It'll
a
be
good idea.
fine.
Okay, so Earth plane it is. And with that, for the end of the game, for today you will get a small advancement. So you can swap some skills in places or change one aspect or stand to a different one.
okay.
So
Alright.
for
Pretty sure I'm
example,
pretty
if you
happy with
if
mine,
you
but-
want, you can switch skills between places. So for example, if you have something at +2 and something else at +1 or 3 and you want to switch those in place, you can.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm good too, but that's good to know.
I spent a lot of time working on this, so yeah.
Okay, so with that we finished for today, so time to say our goodbyes. And let's start with the reverse order, so I will say we go with Maya first.
Bye guys from Sailor Z and Jodie's Dice Farm this week.
Okay, Tuksha.
Bye. Good. I'm Will, and remember, if you're looking for a great organization to look into, the Trevor Project is a great one in the U.S. trying to help queer kids in need.
Seht.
Now I look bad going after charity and fucking everything. Oof. I'm Jen. I played Seht. Find me all over the place. Playing Cyberpunk Red with Tales from the Oasis, which is at oasiscyberpunk.com. Or playing Cybertopia, which is at Cybertopia AP. Playing Curse of Strahd over on Twitch at &D20, and who knows what else by the time this comes out. I have no ability to say no to playing in games. And
You're not at 10 like me, so you're doing fine. Okay, Ingvar.
I'm Aspen, and I played Ingvar. And I'm Aspen4732 on TikTok and Archive of Our Own.
And I am Loremistress LadyBug. I DM'd this, and you can find me anywhere by Loremistress LadyBug, and I will add all links to the chat when this is airing, and hopefully I will have my shop set up by then. We'll see. So that was it for today, and goodbye, and see you in 2 weeks.